Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Talking Reds and another extra Red Zone episode this week. We've got games next week, so there'll be previews next week, match preview for next week's games. An extra Red Zone tonight, guys. A bit more on Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, and of course with Darwin Nunez as well, potentially still going out the door. But yeah, wow, what a day! Another day of breaking news on Alexander Isak. Some very, very interesting, to say the least, developments on Isak, Newcastle fans and Liverpool fans. And as we do on this channel, please make sure you do hit that like button, as DB said there. Hit that like button on the way in, people, and subscribe if you are new. Road to 1K, help the dream make a reality. It'd be unbelievable if we can get 1K subscribers. I'd be absolutely overwhelmed by it all. Good evening, Jane. Good evening, Be Fit. Hope you are all doing okay this evening. Be Fit, how did things go? If he was at work, I don't know where he was earlier, but he said that he was sneaking away just to watch Talking Reds. I appreciate, like I said, I always appreciate the efforts people put in to watch Talking Reds, but it is on record, so don't ever be in trouble for watching Talking Reds. Make sure you do your work and then come back and watch it later on, because it is on record, so don't worry about it. Good evening, Prakash. How are you doing tonight, guys? We're going to speak about, obviously, Alexander Isak. We'll speak very quietly, as we do, about Alexander Isak, because Newcastle fans may be watching and they don't like us speaking about him, but it is what it is. Eddie Howe has spoken about Alexander Isak today after today's drubbing they got off Celtic. If only they had a few players bringing in to make sure that doesn't happen again. But yeah,
what was it?
Was it 4-0 in the end, wasn't it? Celtic?
I didn't know. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it. I don't need to watch it. It was all over the internet.
Yeah, not being on the internet very much.
But yeah, I was going to go over what Eddie Howe said about Isak. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it, Naj, or not.
I've seen that, yeah, just before I come on, yeah.
So yeah, this is what he said. It's difficult for me to give 100% clarity on the player. Alex is happy at Newcastle. He loves the players, the staff, the team. I'm confident he'll be here at the start of the season. We have a few players that are irreplaceable. We're desperate to keep Alex. He's part of the team. Then he went on to say why he wasn't playing. It was my decision. I sent him home due to speculation around him. The last thing we want to do is be sat on the stand watching. That isn't fair on him. I'm confident he will be a Newcastle player come the end of the window. And one last bit he said, yes, I've had discussions with him, but that's not abnormal. I respect the player's career and how short it is. Alex has been really good. He's trained really well, and I realise there'll be noise around him. This is very key here. Breaking this bit down here, this last bit that he said here, I've had discussions with him, and then he said in the next sentence, I respect a player's career and how short it is. Reading between the lines there, Naz, reading between the lines, he's sort of saying there, in the discussions with him, he's had to sort of add it out of him saying, oh, I might go.
Well,
I think he's looking into it too much.
I think so. Like I was looking before on, but I seen that on Twitter, and I was just like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? You know, say like in the past, like when a player's been, I don't know, it doesn't really happen much with Liverpool at the minute because we are at the top, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? So it's not really often that a player ends up being being bought. I mean, obviously Trent is one of them, but I can't really count that. But you know, when you see like players and like they want to go from like a club for the stature of Newcastle, you know, the manager never usually says that, because I really remember when the whole Jack Grealish scenario happened, the manager never said anything like that, did he? And then he went. Obviously, eventually went to. Went to City. I mean, probably if you look at one this season, I don't think there's any really massive. I suppose you could look at it as the. I forgot his name now. My days. What's his name? Gyökeres. The manager never said, did he? The manager never said that he's training well and all this and that and that. I know he's not at Arsenal yet, and I know he is still training.
It is going to happen, though. It's only a matter
of time. He's not come out and said, "Oh yeah, respect." You know what I mean? I mean, and even if it's crazy if you think this, like, but you know, Sporting and Arsenal, they're not. I can't remember if Sporting have won a Champions League. I think they have. But in terms of modern day football, Arsenal are bigger. But again, the manager's never come out and said, "Oh, he's you know," like none of them words that he said. You know, I think I think there's something going on. I mean, I just sent you that post, didn't I, just before we come on?
And I just know I'm not reading into it. I don't want to read into it. I don't want to read into it too much and get me hopes up if it happening. And I'm trying to be quite wary of what I'm reading.
Yeah.
That right there saying, I respect our player's career and how short it is. Having said I've had discussions with him.
Yeah.
They've got to have been in those discussions at some point, whether it's with Isak and Howe, or it's Isak and Newcastle itself. There's got to be some discussions there where he has thrown in the idea of leaving. He has
I think what could happen, right? And I think these are possibilities. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not putting the mortgage on it, or whatever, even though I don't have one. But I'm not going to put any money on it to say this will happen. But football's a strange old game, and you've got to keep the players sweet, haven't you? Really, if they're committed to you, and them talks would have been very, please don't be going anywhere sort of talks. It's very tempting to Liverpool at the minute. Whether there's a gentleman's agreement, like we said the other day, that he's allowed to leave next season, whether it be Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid, I think they're the only teams that can realistically bring Isak in. Maybe Bayern Munich if Harry Kane goes. I know he's getting on a little bit of Harry Kane. But, yeah, there's a chance what I think could happen is Isak could hand the transfer request in. Now, people say he's cool, calm, collected and all stuff like that. But when someone's getting in the way of something you want, you've got to be completely selfish. It doesn't matter how cool, it doesn't matter how calm you are. I think you've got to do you, haven't you? You've got to do you. And at the end of the day, Newcastle would never, ever be in the position where they are now if it wasn't for Isak. So if he does go and does hand a transfer request in, you can't be angry at him because he's won a Carabao Cup and won trophy 70 years. He's got him in the top four again. They wouldn't be in the top four without Isak. So if he does do that, fair play to him. I don't necessarily agree with it on a fan's level, but it happens all the time. One of our best ever players who currently plays in our squad, who is a captain of our team, did that exact thing when he wanted to leave Southampton. He was tapped up a little bit by Liverpool. He was quite clearly going to leave Southampton. There wasn't. But I made a point of this quite a while ago, didn't I, about him being Newcastle and Southampton, not when Van Dijk was there and Newcastle are now. They're not too dissimilar to the way they are really in terms of apart from the Carabao Cup they've got, and Southampton were getting Europa League at that time as well, weren't they? With like Mane and
yeah.
They're a good side. They were a good Premier League side at the time, and Van Dijk obviously wanted to go to Liverpool. The project was big. It was Klopp, and the temptation was there. And Van Dijk wanted to go. He had the transfer request in. He didn't get played, and then he went in January. Who's to say between now and January that doesn't happen? Because it really could.
Beefy said here we can't be reading into too much into this issue. I'm trying to look at level-headed, and I've been very level-headed on it all. I'm not trying to get excited, but I don't see why he says that. I don't see why Eddie Howe says that. And he don't even need to say how on Isak. He don't need to say that he sent him home. He don't need to say anything on it. He just says, well, he's not feeling. I don't know. I don't know what he said on it.
He doesn't actually have to say anything.
Not really, no. He doesn't have to say anything. But he just that one little sentence there, having said I've had discussions with him, and then saying that I understand that a player's career is short. It's a bit odd to say that if he hasn't told him like, well, I might want to go.
Possibly it's preparing like Newcastle fans to say, look, we're not who you think we are, sort of thing. He will go eventually. Maybe he's saying it in that sort of ways. I said this though. I'm not getting my hopes up, but they're not going to get top four. I'll be totally honest with you. I think as good as Isak is, the squad's rotten, isn't it?
And they have to get top four if they want to keep him there for beyond next year. They've got to get top four again.
Yeah, and I don't even think that's a possibility. To be honest, I don't even think he stays if they get top four next year, because it's all like I've done 4 or 5 years here now. I'm in my prime, sin a bit. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think could happen. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because I know that Newcastle don't want to sell to Liverpool because they're in the Premier League, and they're quite happily sell to Real Madrid or Barcelona. But at this current moment in time, they can't buy him. So it's one of them, isn't it? Like it'd be daft for them to sell to Liverpool. I'm not going to lie. If I was looking at it from a Newcastle point of view, it would be. It would be daft because they're not a rival, but they're a Premier League team, and it's when you sell it to someone who's in the Premier League, it's a bit like, oof, you know what I mean? Like Liverpool never usually sell their players to other Premier League clubs for that pure reason, isn't it?
DB, you do not have to do this at all, my friend. You do not have to do this at all. Keep your money. Just keep your money. It's absolutely fine. We don't need it. I appreciate that so much. You don't need to put donations into that, but that is incredible, DB. That really is. Right, chat. He says this is what he says. We're playing a little game side. Currently 8 free, 5 free subscribers. So all you keep count and hold me to this. For every 5 subs tonight, I'll keep donating £10 to talk about Smash My Car. DB, that is so generous. That really is. Thank you so much. First one to get you all going. Thank you so much, DB. You don't need to do that at all. Genuinely. He's saying soften the blow for Newcastle fans. That's why. Will he hand a transfer request in? I don't know if he would, because there's definite implications to transfer requests as well, aren't there? Obviously, he'll have to pay some sort of compensation to the club because of his contract. Still 3 years left. But it is a weird situation to be in because 3 years left. He's not really got much power, but he's still got a bit of power. If that makes sense.
But he's in the same senses though. Like he also has, because if he does hand a transfer request in, yes, he doesn't get the he doesn't get like the the admiration by the club for doing that. But like he also is in the power to go like, yeah, I'm handing a transfer request in. They can say no. Obviously, they can say no. And the compensation, yeah, he's not on a lot at Newcastle. He'd be on like nearly 200 at Liverpool, I'd imagine. What you spend, let's say theoretically, he spends the next 3 years at Newcastle. I think he's 120 grand a week, isn't he? Which is buttons compared to some players of his caliber. I don't agree with football wages, but it is. He goes straight on 200 Liverpool. He's more than made that up in the next 2 years, hasn't he? That extra nearly 100 grand a week, let's say. He's made that up from him cancelling his contract, if you like. So, I don't know.
More reports coming out as well, man. Mate. More reports. I knew it would, Now that Eddie Howe said something, more reports are coming out. So Matt Douglas, obviously, he does iPaper Sports, but he's a Northern correspondent, so he does all like Northern football, so obviously Tyneside, Merseyside. So Matt Douglas, he has said that while there have been no formal offers for Isak, it feels as though his future remains uncertain.
Yeah.
Oh wow. What has Eddie Howe caused here?
Do you know what? Do you know people keep saying like, obviously, we've done one over on Liverpool, we get Ekitike and stuff like that. Imagine, Damo, if we get Ekitike and Isak.
I said that the other day. Newcastle fans will go into orbit. They will go into orbit. Forget NASA. Forget anything, any space race. They will be there first.
Yeah, they'll be on Mars.
The first people to enter Mars, Newcastle fans. We're betting in both Isak and Ekitike, said Drunk Vigo there. RV and 90 million, they get a player and they want PSR advantage. I mean, yeah, we could always use RV Elliott as part of the thing. Obviously, RV Elliott don't really... I'd like him to have a future at Liverpool, but it doesn't look like he's going to have a future at Liverpool. And there was reports that Newcastle wanted RV Elliott at the same time. And that, again, it does help in PSR, and it also brings them a player as well that they don't have to go out there and buy. It is... what has he done here? What has Eddie Howe done here? Newcastle fans will be trying to find a way tonight. I don't know what they'll be scratching the walls. They'll be trying to find a way tonight to make it so that they can't think about it. There's no... What I recommend for Newcastle fans tonight, guys, is cut off every signal you've got. Stop your phone contract, put it on stall, cut your Wi-Fi, internet, Ethernet cables, take them all out. Just come off the internet for a week. But if they lose these to us,
Geordie Josh will make 3,000 for 800 videos again.
I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to go. I don't even know how to go around about the content, because I just think we've already had abuse already as it is just talking about Isak. Imagine him scoring like we're playing the second game. So imagine him scoring against.
Nah, do you know
Right,
what?
this watch long, we are going to be doing watch longs this season, by the way, guys. The watch longs will be generational.
Do you know what? If it happens, if we get both Ekitike and Isak, do you know what I'd do? Start Ekitike instead. If that did happen, that'd just piss Boyle even more.
It is. I think it's absolutely hilarious right now. The greatest fan channel, LC fan channel out there. I'm trying, DB. I'm trying to get there. We do have many, many ideas on this channel. So if you are new, make sure you do hit that subscribe button because the ideas what we have for this channel is going to be like no other LFC fan channel. I can absolutely assure you that. I heard on Newcastle fans saying 200 million for Isak and go get your Howe. Nah, they're going too far. Who said this? They think they're going to get your Howe.
They can't even get.
By the way, if Isak's worth 200 million, then your Howe's worth 300 million.
They can't even buy James Trafford. They've been signing for the last 2 months, and now they're going to lose him to City. What are they going to do?
Music, we're getting both. We're getting both. I think Eddie Howe's made things worse. I do as well, Jen. I really do think he's made things worse. He didn't need to say anything. Especially that career one.
Extremely strange comments, to be honest. Like you could literally have just said, you know, Isak's not in the squad. But you can literally just turn around and go, he's resting, and that's
more quotes coming out as well from Eddie Howe here.
Yeah,
it is not an easy thing to deal with. It's not an easy thing to understand when you're feeling phone calls, text messages, players, and people asking him because the media is now so strong. I just want him to focus on himself and his training ready for next week. Guys. I don't want to say it's happening. I do not want to say it's happening. I don't want to get myself excited about it. But that percentage of I think it's like 2%. It's now gone up to 5%. It's gradually going up of happening. And I want to get excited for it, but I've been hurt. We've been so hurt so many times with Liverpool. I got excited for Bellingham. I got excited for Caicedo. I mean, broke down for a day for Caicedo. I think Young Klopp was excited for Caicedo.
I'm not even to be honest, I'm so relaxed about this. I'm not even bothered if we don't sign him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if we sign him, it's fantastic. But I'm not even bothered if we don't because I think a lot of Liverpool fans are sort of missing the point at the minute. You know, we've had the best transfer window of anyone anyway. Do you know what I mean? This should just be the crowning jewel. I think Vert's kept 2 positions last year we needed to sort out. Kirkes, bang, best fullback in the league, straight in. You know, right back, Frimpong, who's got the most goal outputs from a right back in the whole of Europe, apart from Trent, apart from Dumfries. Oh, it's Frimpong. Do you know what I mean? And then we've got a goalkeeper who's extremely highly rated, you know, as a backup. And yeah, we need a striker, obviously, but it's just Wirtz, we've got Florian Wirtz. That is the biggest player that'll move this transfer window. And I think, yeah, if we don't get Isak and we get Ekitike, I'm fine with it still because the talent we brought in is next level. If you look at the clubs around us, City, I don't think they've really brought anyone into the same degree as the players that we brought in. Aït-Nouri's great. I like Aït-Nouri. He's really good. I don't think I think Kirkes has got a high ceiling, I'll be honest. And he's younger. Frimpong, I mean, they brought him in at right back, but looking at bringing in Thingy, aren't they? Livramento. I like Livramento, actually. I mean, if they lose Livramento, they're screwed as well. You know, Reinders is a good player, actually. I really like Reinders, but is he better than McAllister? Nah. And then, obviously, they wanted Florian Wirtz. They got Cherky. We all know who's better. It's Florian Wirtz. So, you know, Arsenal as well. Brought in Gyökeres, great player, but if we get Ekitike, I think Gyökeres is still a little bit better. But if we get, you know, if Isak does come in, obviously blows out the water. You know, look, other teams
Isak converts, mate. Isak converts. Them two alone is just an unreal window.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We won the league last year and we needed players to strengthen the squad. And every player we've brought in has massively strengthened the squad. Yes, the other clubs have strengthened, but not even, their strengthening is not even as strong as we're strengthening. Ours is wow. And theirs is that's decent. We see how it works. You know, Madueke's quite hit and miss, could happen. You know, I think he's a decent player, but, you know, we've just we've brought Wirtz in. So, you know what I mean?
So I saw the comment there by Jean saying, check Anfield sector, there's a price now about Isak. So there is. Mike McGrath has come out and said, is it Mike McGrath? Yeah, Mike McGrath, obviously for the Daily Telegraph. This is what he said. Liverpool's interest in Isak is long-standing, but Newcastle's owners will not accept anything lower than their valuation. That figure of £150 million would be a record fee for the player at the British club. There's actually a number now that's been put out. That has not happened before.
They'll take, if it does come down to it, right? I think they'll take 130 mil. I'll be honest with you. I think they will.
I want to thank Beefy as well. Beefy and DB, you putting donations in. There's absolutely no need to put donations. Thank you so much for that. There's no need to do it, but I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Just going to get on a few more comments as well. Can you imagine slot ball next season? Oh my days, says Harley. Brother, we have a 22-man squad, and John said Ekitike is part of a 22-man squad. All this isn't fair on Hugo. It is if we bring them both in.
We need to.
Playing 4-4-2. We're playing 4-4-2.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? If we bring both of them in, right? This is what I was trying to make a point of to everyone the other day. Like, Hugo Ekitike going to Newcastle makes 0 sense, right? Because he's not going to sit on the bench there, right? If you go into Liverpool and sitting on the bench, quotation marks, you're not, because you're going to play a lot of games for Liverpool. You play Newcastle, but you're going to, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? Like, Liverpool are so big, and you going and playing on the bench for Liverpool and coming on in the Champions League, playing Champions League games and stuff like that. Like, that is better than going sitting on the bench in Newcastle. I can't even tell you how different it is. It's completely different. And I think, that was my point I was trying to make the other day. 90 million Nunez.
I just realised something as well. If they're putting a price on him right now, mate, if they're putting a price on him, it's for sale.
Exactly. He's not for sale, though, apparently. He's not. Alexander Isak is not for sale. They've said this hundreds of times. Every player.
It's very quiet right now. I've been on TikTok to see, but it's very quiet on that. I've not seen any Geordie say anything on. I've not seen any Newcastle fans say anything on Twitter yet. It's very quiet. This is going to be very, very interesting, guys. If you are joining us, make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. In fact, you know what? 150 likes. 150 likes for £150 million Isak. How about that? 130 plus 20 million add-on says you'll never walk alone. That was rumoured Wednesday. Exactly. The agent Defo put that number out today. They're saying £150 million for Mighty Liverpool. Let me ask you a question, guys, in the chat. Is he worth £150 million? I think we can get that down because at the end of the day, Leverkusen won €250 million for Wirtz. We got it down to 120, didn't we? And 130, 140. So I think we can get it down if it is to happen. But if I think we'd pay, I think because it's such a number one dream target, and everyone at Liverpool wants him. Slot wants him. Rich Hughes wants him. Edwards wants him. That's their number one target for that striker position. If there's a sniff of him, there's a chance of getting him, I think they pay it. Obviously, they'll do a lot of add-ons. There'll be a lot of back and forth in the negotiations. But I think they get it done. I've started this stream, 20 minutes ago. Not excited. No, not a little bit excited, but I'm just getting more excited. As we're going on here, the 20 minutes of the stream, every minute I'm getting more excited about it happening. I'm trying to talk myself into it happening, but I'm trying not to get carried away with it. Imagine.
I was like that the other day. I was like talking about it. I was like ended up being like, yeah, he's coming.
I'm just gonna. You know what, guys? Give me a second. I might quit a quick thumbnail. Change it. It's good. I'm going to put done deal.
Yeah, done deal.
I'm just going to put done deal instead. I heard a reliable source that Ekitike is open for Real Madrid to come in. I've not seen that actually, Lorena. I've not seen that at all. Isak is not 150, not even 125. You know what? I've said it all the time. I'm always consistent on this. I don't really look at fees too much anyway. Every single player, I said 95% of players in football now is overpriced.
Yeah.
95% of players is overpriced. It's very rare you get a Necastle at that because of the release clause. Very rare you get a Robot 80 million. Most players are overpriced. If they can bring us what they need to bring us on the pitch, they're worth every penny.
What it is though, is like you find now in this current market, there's barely any strikers that are like scoring 15 goals a season plus. Like you in the league, I'd say. Like where is there? You can't really like see any like Obviously, Haaland's one of them, but he's at City. Chris Wood last season, but he's 34. I don't know. Like, obviously, Isak's one of them. Ollie Watkins, to be fair, Ollie Watkins is good. Again, he's 30, quite injury prone. Good player, though. Very good player. Outside of that, in Europe, who is there? There's not really Mbappe. Never going to get him. Lewandowski, 37. There's not... You're going through the list. Obviously, Ekitike got quite a lot last season. Harry Kane as well. But you're going through the list, like, how many of them are obtainable? Like, obviously, Alvarez is in there as well. There's the list is like maybe 4 or 5. Gyökeres, obviously, he's going to Arsenal. Sesko didn't even get 10 goals last season. The list's like that. It's like that of like how many names are on it. So 150 mil.
It's a very small pool at the moment for strikers.
Yeah, 150 mil is, I mean, it's not right, but it probably is if you think about how little there are of a specialist person who can score 15 plus goals a season. You're guaranteed it, aren't you? You're guaranteed to get that. So I think...
Yeah, DB here saying 200 online, like and subscribe, people. For anyone like joining, I'm donating £10 every 5 new subscribers. Already £20 down. Make my bank fraud team call me asking if I'm using my card. This better be DB now. This better not be someone taking his card anyway. But yeah, that's hilarious. That DB, that is funny. Imagine DB, if they call you, right, I'll send you the link. You can come on live and talk to them live on the chat on the stream. What they're going to say about the fraud team. But yeah, please, like I said, you don't need to donate money at all. All you need to do for me is just hit that like button. That's all anyone needs to do. You don't have to donate or anything like that. And DB is to donate again. DB, you don't need to donate at all. Just hit the like button and do what you're doing anyway. DB, you do enough for us as a channel. You tell everyone to like and subscribe. You share our stuff. You don't need to do too much, but I do appreciate it massive. I really do. How's it going, lads? 1 second. Oh, Pradeep, yeah, I've not seen you for a while, Pradeep, actually. I hope you're doing well, Pradeep. And yeah, Jota will always be in our hearts, Pradeep. I'm glad, I'm glad to see you back, though. I am glad to see you back. Let's get it to 100, says music. Let's go 150. 150 likes, guys. 150 likes for £150 million for Alexander Isak. Free Isak's probably trending now on Twitter. I can imagine that. Thank you so much for subbing there, Rebona. Is that your name? Sorry if I did pronounce it wrong, but I think I pronounced it right anyway. But yeah, thank you for subscribing. Make sure you do hit that like button as well. We try and bring you daily Liverpool content, daily football content, and we've also got some big shows coming up this season as well. So make sure you do follow us and get your notification bells on as well for that. Yes, amazing news today. Amazing news on Alexander Isak. Keeps breaking up. It keeps breaking every sort of 10 minutes now. Things coming out about Isak. Eddie Howe, what have you done? What have you done to the football space? What have you done to Liverpool fans? What have you done to Newcastle fans? I've still not seen any Newcastle fans online yet. Still not seen anything. If you do the stream, Nunez is staying. If you don't do the stream, Nunez is staying. Right, okay. You can call me Reba. That's so much better. Thank you. And yes, I liked as well. Thank you so much, Reba. Thank you. You concentrate on the stream. And the chat is on my own business. If you don't stream, Nunez is saying, yeah, this is starting to feel real now. I love it. Yeah, it is. It really is, Beefy. It really is. It is starting to feel real. And I don't... Guys, what are you doing? What are you doing to us? You are literally getting my hopes up again now. Because we did a stream. Naz, was it me and you that did that stream? Was it me and Patricia that did the stream about the dream signings? Me and Patricia.
We did one, though, didn't we?
I think we did do one, though. And dream signings. My dream signings were Isak, Rodrigo, and Wirtz.
Yeah,
and all three could actually possibly happen. That's a madness.
It was months ago, that, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, like 3 months ago. 3 months ago, before anyone was even speaking about who was coming in. But yeah, imagine it. All I'm seeing now on Twitter is like, imagine if it actually is Isak and Ekitike, both of them. Like I said, Newcastle fans will go into orbit. They'll go to orbit. The first people to get to Mars. They will break the world record. But yeah, I did want to talk about a few other things tonight as well, and I wanted to do a little game as well, Naj. Let's talk about a little bit Nunez. Actually, let's talk about. I know someone mentioned Nunez in the chat, and I do want to cover a little bit on Nunez as well. Nunez deadline day to Newcastle. Yeah, I mean, we could have always send Nunez to Newcastle, part of the deal anyway. But there was a thing on earlier about Ekitike as well, about expected to complete a deal next week, sorry. According to the Guardian. And then there was a little bit on Nunez. Let me try to find it. There was a little bit on Nunez. Potentially. Obviously, I think Bayern Munich are coming back for Diaz. I know that's definitely a report I saw earlier on.
Yeah.
Nunez, I think, is probably expected to go. I just think who is going to come for him now with Nunez. That was it. I think Napoli, because Napoli are not going for him anymore. It's sort of relying a little bit on Saudi maybe coming for him. And I think he's a constant report that is open to Saudi now.
I've heard Newcastle want him.
Well, be a nice swap. You know what? Straight swap deal. We're not even adding any money to it. We're not adding any money to it. Straight swap deal. How about that? How about that, Newcastle fans? I don't want to piss them off anymore.
No.
So Isak, Ekitike, Rodrigo. Oh, I might just do it. I can't. If Isak and Ekitike comes in, I can't see us going for Rodrigo as well. If I'm honest.
No, I don't.
I think with the report of Rodrigo early, but still wanting to real estate Real Madrid, that might have something to do with it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
DB, you and your £10, honestly, I appreciate you so much. You don't need to do that at all. Let's get in Pradeep's. All good, mate. Back to the grind again. How are we all fitting the attackers in with linked up Salah and Wirtz, Isak, Ekitike, Rodrigo? What reckon we get all three? If I'm honest, Naj, do you reckon we get all three? I don't.
I don't think we'll get all three. I think we'll get, like, we're going to get two no matter what. Like, I think that's got to be it. Well, it has to be done. So we'll have two no matter what, but I don't know which two it'll be. Whether it be like, I think if it's Ekitike, I think it more likely be Ekitike and Rodrigo, I'm going to be honest, in all honesty. But it could be, I don't know, could be Isak and Ekitike. Look, I'm happy if Diaz goes and we've got reasonable cover on that side. I think Engamo is ready to step up, and I think we've got Gakpo in there. Like you say, Wirtz can play there. Chiesa as well. But we definitely do need to bring two players in the forward line. Just because, yeah, like Salah goes AFCON and stuff like that. Like, that's got to be taken into account as well. So,
I mean, that's why Rodrigo makes sense.
Yeah, it does, because obviously Copa America's on at a normal time. It's nothing to do with AFCON, that, by the way. That's FIFA who do that. They should never do that, by the way. They should put it on at, I've always said this, they should do like a break for the actual season.
Yeah.
For all the clubs. Because, do you know, actually, this is a good thing, I was going to say, at AFCON. I've said this before. They should have a break like they do. You know, they have like the winter break for like Germany and Spain and stuff like that. They should have AFCON in that gap, right? And then all clubs, like all the clubs all over the world, just stop for that month. And then you can watch AFCON. And I think that make the viewing for AFCON so much better, because it's in like a time when everyone wants to watch it. Like, say they did it in like
yeah.
And then, you know,
get the views it deserves, yeah.
Yeah, like it's a big competition. It does not get the recognition because of where it's based. Like,
other football's on at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, like the Premier League's on, Champions League's on, everything's on when it's on. It's like
every other international tournament is in the summer usually.
Yeah, I mean, for obviously reasons of weather, like you probably
yeah.
Saying that though, Damo, they did have the World Cup in South Africa, and that is bloody hot there.
Yeah, and they had the World Cup in Christmas time, didn't they?
Yeah,
in Brazil.
No, it was Saudi.
Brazil.
It was the Qatar, sorry.
Saudi. Oh, Qatar, yeah. But yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So they can do it. They can break off for an international tournament if they want to do. But I get that. And again, it helps the African players in the teams that they're in as well.
Yeah,
it allows them to go. It allows them to go and do what they need to do with the country without missing on club football.
Yeah. I'm not saying that because we've got Mo Salah. I just think in general, like, just for the good of it, because African football does not get the recognition. And let's be honest, nearly every single team in Europe has an African player in it. Like, every top team has an African player in it. Like, I can't even. I'm trying to go for them all now. Like, obviously, we've got Salah. We've had Mane in the past, Keita as well. I think a bit older. Elad's Juve.
like Rebbe said there, I think AFCON does deserve the highlight deserves. And that the only way it gets that is if they do cut the scenes off and give it the full attention that it deserves.
It does.
But I can't see them doing that. I can't see them doing. I would love them to do that because it'd help us out with like Salah and not.
It'd help every club out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Spurs,
I think clubs would be open to it as well.
like was it Spurs or someone was reading about like they've got quite a lot of African players. I can't remember. I know back in the day, Arsenal used to have a big issue with it, didn't they? Because they had Ibue, Adebayor, Alex Song. They had all them, didn't they? Like Ghanaians, Togo, Ivorians, and stuff like that. And then they always used to be like, Wenger used to be like, "Oh, I have no players in January or December because he used to be AFCON." But it makes more sense, doesn't it? Because it just makes the competition more watchable. And I do watch it sometimes if I get a chance. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Good vibes as well.
Well, that's like Rebbe said. Yeah, it is good vibes. And I love how they celebrate football over there as well. I love how passionate they are.
Yeah,
that's what I love about that. 120 million euros, 120 million pounds. Sorry, plus Nunez. It wouldn't be bagged for Isak. I wonder. You know what?
too much that.
How about this? How about this for a question, guys? How about this for a question in the chat? Newcastle fans, if you are in, you can answer it too. It's up to you. And answer it. Go for it. What would be the fee that both clubs would agree on if Isak is coming? And don't worry, DB, I've blocked that Dicky Dick. Yeah, I've blocked him. Please, like I said, I said it the other day. Any disrespectful comments in the comments, you blocked, you gone. I don't stand for that. Certainly not. Yeah, Dan said here, I agree to watch. I'd rather watch AFCON than Club World Cup. I would.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
I would.
Because
I didn't watch it one bit.
Got credibility to it, hasn't it?
Yeah. 140. Is that 140 million pounds, Andrew? Or is that 140 million euros? 130 for Mighty Liverpool. 120 for Jen. What do you think, Naj? What would be the number that they agree on if they do agree? If they do agree, don't come from Newcastle fans. If they do agree,
I'm going to be adamant. I think 130 they'll accept. 130 mil. I think that's realistic. I think you're asking any more than that. Like, they're never going to get an opportunity to get 130 mil for a player, ever. You know, maybe Liverpool put a clause in the contract where it's like 130 mil, 125 mil. Like someone just put plus 10 mil add-ons. If Liverpool win the Premier League again, there's another 10 mil for you. But realistically, it doesn't matter because Liverpool have got the money back because they won the Prem. So, you know.
I mean, yeah, the add-ons are a big part of what our Liverpool do the business as well, and the installments. Don't forget the installments. We could literally buy Isak for say 120 mil, just for argument's sake, 120 million pounds. We could do 4 years of 30 million pounds.
Yeah,
100%. That's what could happen.
100%, yeah. Without a doubt, there's got to be. There's just got to be like a little bit of leeway there from Newcastle because they're not going to get that ever again. Like that money is like it'll make the club better. And I'm not saying this to annoy Newcastle fans, but we've had so many discussions about this, saying it's going to make them a better team. It's going to make them more improved in terms of you're not having one player for each position and then the next guy's out the academy. You know, you've got decent cover, decent players, and you don't have to worry about things. But see, next year they're not going to get 130 mil for Isak because if they don't get a top four, which I predict they won't, it's 90 mil, isn't it? It doesn't matter who it is. They can't demand the same amount of money for him, even if he has a good season next season, because no one will pay for it. They'll be like, listen, he's got 2 years left in his contract. We'll just let him run it down. That's what they'll do. And then you'll see transfer requests getting handed in them because he'll be like, I want to go.
The longer these sagas continue as well, like the rejections from other teams, they're not getting the players that they want. Eddie Howe spoke about he wasn't happy about them not getting the players that they wanted. So he spoke about it and he says, look, we've got one player and I'm happy with that, but we're doing a lot of business, but nothing's happening. And they need that money. They need that money.
Oh, they do. They do more than any club in the league. It sounds wild saying that, but more than any, let's say, club that's pushing, let's just say. You know, Arsenal spending at free will. They've not won anything, not won a dime in 6-7 years. Spurs are spending at free will. Chelsea are spending. Oh, I don't know Chelsea and that. But, you know, City always will. But the teams in and around them, i.e. your Spurs, i.e. your Chelsea, i.e. your Arsenal, like them teams, even, well, I know Villa haven't actually bought anyone considerable yet, but all them teams are strengthening, all them teams are buying players. And Newcastle, yes, they bought Alanga. Yes, who else they bought? Have they only bought Alanga?
Yeah, that's it.
So, yeah, they really need to strengthen at least 6 positions. Everyone else is sorting themselves out and they're not. They're just sort of still stuck in the same rhythm.
You know what I like seeing, though? I like seeing in the chat? I like seeing the different variety of people's thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's good.
Like we've got there. Let's bring it back up again. 1 second, let's find it. David there saying, I don't think we'll sign Isak, but I think XT could be done next week. Then we've got a couple of people in the chat saying it's happening. But that's what football's all about. This is what it's all about. This is why we talk about transfers. This is why I talk about things. You don't have to believe it's happening. Everyone can have their own opinion. And that's what's the beautiful thing about football. Everyone can have their own opinion. But it's nice to talk about as well. It's nice to hear people out and why you think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right now, I know I started 5% at the beginning of the stream.
Now you're 15.
I might be 7.5. I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there in belief of it happening. But it is going in the right direction. But I knew Newcastle fans. I knew it wouldn't be long for Newcastle fans to come in. Thank you so much, DB. Again, you are absolutely incredible, honestly. Why would they want Nunez to be serious? Here we go. I knew Newcastle fans were here. Welcome in, Newcastle fans. Welcome in. You're more than welcome to join us anytime. We've got some watch songs coming on this season. We've got some rival shows. So we are going to have Newcastle fans on for rival shows. So make sure you do watch for that. Subscribe to the channel whilst you're here as well, Blanche. Subscribe to the channel whilst you're here, if you can. He's signing a new contract, says Blanche. Let me ask you this then, Blanche. Let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on what Eddie Howe said? Do you think, if you look at the exact words that he said about the player's career, he said he's had discussions with Isak, and he said he understands that player's career is short. Why is he saying that if there's not a possibility of him going? I need to know. This is what I'm saying. I absolutely love speaking to every sort of fan base because I love to hear different opinions from different fan bases. Because us as Liverpool fans, we want to believe it. Even if we put his red rose tinted glasses on, we want to be deluded about it. We want to, yes, it's definitely happened or whatever. But with other fan bases, they see a different outlook. Like Newcastle fans don't want to believe it at all. But then you got rival fans that nothing to do with Newcastle and Liverpool. They'll have a different output than what we do, a different view on it. And that's why I like to hear different people's opinions and different. I like to give people voices and see what they think about it as well. Isak wants to say, Blanche, delusional if you think he's going to sign a new contract. I don't think he's going to sign a new contract, if I'm honest. I don't think he's going to sign a new contract. Ant said £150 million price tag, but there is a price tag now, and there has been a price tag given to him despite him not being for sale. So remember that. Remember that. He wasn't for sale, now he's got a price tag.
I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I do apologise. I've got to go.
Absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely fine.
Thanks, chat. I'll see you later. See you later, Davo.
See you later, mate. I just want to know, Newcastle fans, if you are in, welcome in. Let me what you think about what Eddie Howe said. That's what I want to know. I think it's incredible that he has said anything, if I'm honest. I said he must put a transfer request just to sell Newcastle. Definitely wants to go for the club. Players won't turn. Okay, come back to me when the window closes to play himself. I said he's not leaving. And when he does, it's for Real Madrid. When's he said that? He might have said in the past he's not leaving. I don't know if he's ever said Real Madrid. I don't know. But you might know more than me. It's fine. You know what, Blanche? If he stays, he stays. It's no skin off our nose. We're Premier League champions. Ekitike and Rodrigo's fine. But if we got Isak, then that would just be an unbelievable bonus. That would be the dream signing. But what Eddie Howe said today, Blanche, I'm very interested to see what you have to say on that and what Newcastle fans have to say on that. Because I don't understand why he said it. Keep hitting like and subscribe, everyone. Every click helps. It costs nothing, but the greatest thing you can do is help the channel blow up. Thank you, everyone who already has. Thank you so much, DB, and thank you everyone that has hit that like button and subscribe as well. We welcome anyone in here, Liverpool fans, football fans as a whole. This is a place that we want to give you the best content we physically can. I've said this so many times. The bigger we get as a channel, the better the content gets. I've got so many ideas, so many ideas. He's joining the biggest club in England. Not nervous. Isak will make the right decision and join. Don't get me excited, guys. Honestly, he said it at the after party when we beat you in the cup final. Oh, you beat us, did you? I didn't know you did that. I've slept since, mate. I've slept since. Whatever happens, but if Rice is worth 100 million and Isak's worth 150 million, Newcastle fans say there, whatever happens, happens. He's not for sale, then he wouldn't have a price. I mean, yeah, that's changed all of a sudden, hasn't it? I said the other day on the stream the other day that the narrative's changing. The narrative's changing on it. If he goes to Real Madrid, it's a free. They don't like playing these days. Well, he's going to have to wait for 3 or 4 years for Real Madrid, then, isn't he? When his thing comes out. Fabrizio Romano is the same guy who said he would go for João Pedro. Yeah, I mean, that's another player you didn't get, isn't it? That's another player you didn't get. Kevin Keegan will also be clear at Liverpool legend and Newcastle is braced in 93rd minute. And this is, you know what? I'm going to play a little game for the end. I'm going to do that. And I wanted to see how many Newcastle, what the game was going to be. Funnily enough, I mentioned Kevin Keegan, was how many players we can think of that have played for both Liverpool and Newcastle, excluding Isak. That is not allowed just yet. That is not allowed. No cheating. Isak is not a valid answer just yet. So for 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, guys, name me in the chat players that you remember that have played for both Newcastle and Liverpool. And if you say Isak, you're out. If you say Isak, you're out. I'm going to do it with Naj, but also Naj is not here as well. If you say Isak, you are out. That does not count. Not yet. Next year. Next year it might count. Players that have played for both Newcastle and Liverpool. Get me your answers in the chat, guys. Players for Blanche, you don't have to go, mate. You don't have to go at all. You can enter the game. You don't have to go. You're more than welcome to join us anytime. But yeah, if it happens at the end, Blanche, come back at the end of the window, and we'll speak about it. It's absolutely fine. Chaff is off to City. Newcastle getting rejected all over the place, said James. So come on then, guys. In the chat, let me know players that have played for both. You only have one answer each. See how many we can get. So Keegan, Owen, Carroll. Yeah, Andy Carroll. Absolutely. Gini Wijnaldum. Absolutely says music there. See if we can get to... I'm trying to think if we can get to 10. I'm trying to think if I can think of 10. Gini, Carroll. So we've got so far Owen, Carroll, Gini. We've got... what else do we get up there? Let's have a look. Let's get in here. We'll count them as we go along. You guys are absolutely going crazy in the chat tonight. I can't keep up with you guys tonight at all. So Keegan 1, Owen 2, Carroll 3, Genie 4. Let's see if we can get to 10. Deep Mahaman, yep, 5. Brilliant answer. 5 more to get to 10, guys. 5 more players, and we cannot say Isak. We cannot say Isak. Isak's currently typing Anfield into his sat nav. I mean, I said everyone playing spotting on Twitter the other day. I'm now train spotting to watch that trains from Newcastle to Liverpool Lime Street. I'm just watching. Freddie Woodman, yeah, counts. It counts. Naj is back. He's in text form. So we've got 7. That Beardsley 8. That is fantastic. 2 more guys. 2 more players that have played for both Liverpool and Newcastle. 2 more players. And if I miss your answer. If I miss your answer, it's going very fast in the chat. Carrius 9. If I miss answer, I do apologize. I'm trying to keep up with this. Milner 10. There we go. We have got 10. How long did that take us, by the way? How long did that take us? 10. It must have took us about 2 minutes in the chat for that. Yeah, it's going on before we go. So 2 minutes. 2 minutes. It took us probably to get 10 players. Isak is going to be another one, guys. Isak is going to be another one. We can add it to our 10. But yeah, let's get on to, before we do go, it's going to get on to a little bit of news on Ekitike. So I still are very much involved in Ekitike. And obviously, Isak is the main priority right now for many, many people, including Isak himself. But Ekitike is still a chance of happening, especially with the reports are coming out today as well. Liverpool is expected to complete a deal for Hugo Ekitike next week, according to The Guardian. And there was also another one earlier on. So Sacha Telvieri, Hugo Ekitike won't reach 100 million euros. A second offer is expected to come in the hours. will be around 80 million plus 10 million euros in add-ons. Package is likely to seal the deal between Liverpool and Frankfurt. And I said this before. Look, I said this before. They might put big price tags on these players, guys. They might put 150 million pounds on Isak. They might put 100 million pounds on Ekitike. Doesn't mean we're paying all that. The way Hughes works, the way Michael Edwards works, they will try and negotiate that down. 100 million euros was the asking price of Ekitike, despite Arsenal, Newcastle fans thought they drove the price up, but it's always been that price that they've asked for, by the way. 80 million euros plus 10 million add-ons is the reported fee that Liverpool could get the deal done, guys, on Ekitike. Let me ask you a question, chat. Ekitike and Isak or Ekitike and Rodrigo? Because if Diaz does go, we do need a left winger. Ideal will would be Rodrigo and Isak and Ekitike, possibly. But if I had to choose two, it would be Rodrigo and Isak. But I can't see that happening. I think Ekitike looks like it's going to happen. I really do. But that's not stopping us going to get Isak. That doesn't seem like it's stopping us at all from going to get an Isak. Next week and this week and next week is going to be the most interesting time of this transfer window. Let's see if Isak does push that transfer. Let's see if he does. Because like I said earlier, what Eddie Howe said earlier has got my attentions. Has got my attention. Has got my ears pricked up, because I don't understand why he would say about the career of Isak and why it's short. I don't understand why he'd say that if he hasn't given something. DB said there, can we get 50 more likes to hit the magic 100 if you like? Post you have now so we can all shout you out. Thank you so much, DB. Hit that like button if you can. It helps out massively. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new for all your latest Liverpool news, transfer news, and much more on this channel. I can assure you that. Diarra, as reporting, Rodrigo wants to stay. It doesn't surprise me, actually, Weber. Is that what they're reporting now? Is that what we're reporting now? Because, like I said earlier, there was a report this morning about Rodrigo saying he's happy to stay, but he's happy also to leave. I've not seen anything different, though. I've not seen anything different on that. But it wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, if Rodrigo is now set to stay, it wouldn't surprise me if they do push for Isak even more so. Ekitike on the left, Isak in the 9. I don't want Ekitike on the left, to be honest. I'd rather Gakpo there, if I'm totally honest, James. Thanks, mate. Beefy said, next time I see you, we'll probably have Isak. Is that tomorrow, James? Beefy, you better be on tomorrow if we're going to get him in. Najdia, if Ekitike comes in and Isak should get a Swedish-style moustache. Ian Rush said, Mike, Isak and Rodrigo whilst pulling out Ekitike at last minute. That I feel bad for Ekitike if we did that, though. I don't think we should be doing that, and I don't think we will do that, if I'm honest. If we're really giving the word for Ekitike, I can't see us pulling out of that, if I'm honest. Thank you to the 4 I've just modeled to hit the like. Big up to you all. Absolutely thank you so much, guys, for hitting that like button and subscribing if you join us tonight. And thank you just for joining us, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. All the new people I've seen in the chat. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us and getting involved in the chat. This is what I absolutely love, going back and forth with you guys in chat. You guys make me want to do this more. I really do. The facts are, if he's settled, he's settled. 100% playing today. If he's unsettled, without a doubt, wouldn't surprise me if he's not being advised to not play. It's very strange leaving him out today. It really is. He can rotate with Gakpo and Rio as backup. Was that Ekitike, James? Is that Ekitike? He could, like I said, he can cover there. He's not probably cover there. Wirtz can cover there, but I don't want him there. I think Rodrigo staying in Madrid is his dream, said Den. But if Real Madrid don't want him, then it's a bit like Nunez, isn't it? Nunez wanted to stay, but Elliot. Sorry, Elliot wanted to stay. Clearly wants to stay, but it looks like he's not in the plans. Ekitike better not come another Lavia Isak Caicedo thing again. I will be pissed. Oh, don't even say that. Don't even speak it into fruition there, music. Please do not. If we pull out of Ekitike and then lose Isak as well, I'll be fuming. What everyone is forgetting is Diaz and Nunez goes and the terrible circumstances under Diego. That's 3 attackers down. I mean, yeah, we do definitely need attackers. We definitely need attackers. And if we get a striker and Diaz goes, which is looking likely, Nunez going as well, then I think we definitely need a winger as well as a forward. Definitely. And this is why I think if Ekitike came by himself, that'd be underwhelming in terms of the forward line. I think Ekitike has to come with someone else. And Rodrigo and Isak, something like that. Liverpool fly out, and tomorrow Japan was hoping Ekitike was on the plane, but I'm not sure to catch up. Yeah, there were talks about them pushing for that, weren't there? They were talking about pushing for that, trying to get Ekitike done before they went to Asia, but it doesn't like they have done. Because obviously they do fly out to Japan tomorrow. They play AC Milan and Kashima, I think, next week. Yeah, don't Newcastle fly? Do Newcastle go to Asia as well? I know we are. We're going to Japan, aren't we? So there was a report trying to push Ekitike for that, but that's not going to happen now, is it? When they go tomorrow. Great stream as always, Damon, you legend. Keep up the great work, and make sure also don't miss a stream, as the content is amazing, as you've seen tonight. I try to keep it as best I can, DB. I really do. Trying to keep the content as best as I can. And this is not even half of the content that we can make. We've got so many good plans for this channel. Like I said, bigger the channel, better the content. I'll always say that to you guys. So more is coming out on Liverpool will be prepared to make a British record offer if Isak shows an encouragement. Newcastle value £150 million. So yeah, that £150 million value has come out tonight, despite don't forget, guys, Newcastle fans said he's not for sale. He's not for sale. But now he's got a price tag. Now he has a price tag. He's for sale. I said the exact same thing about Luis Diaz. It doesn't matter what the journalists say sometimes. The journalists will protect the clubs. The ones close to the clubs will protect the clubs. They will say it's not for sale. They'll say Diaz is not for sale. But if someone puts in the right bid for Diaz, he's gone. Exact same with Isak. Said it all the time. All the time. But yeah, it will be an interesting... Guys, it's going to be an interesting week. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks between Liverpool, Newcastle, Isak, Ekitike, Nunez, Diaz. It's all going to kick off in the next couple of weeks. And the place you need to be for it when it happens is right here on Talking Reds. Join us at Talking Reds for all your latest Liverpool news and transfer news. Like I said, much more coming up this season. Rival shows, watch-alongs, previews, match reactions, everything you want as a channel, we're going to have it on here. We're going to have some fancy Premier League as well. Some brilliant streams on that as well. We're going to get it all here. And like I said, DB said there, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to be up to date on all Liverpool news and transfer news and much more. Come join the Reds, mate, says Callum. Yes, please join us at Talking Reds. I can assure you guys, we'll give you the best content we physically can. Bigger the channel, better content. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It has been incredible. What an incredible stream. What an incredible stream. And by the way, guys, and someone's put in the chat there, expect something tonight. Every time, if anyone watches Talking Reds often, you will notice that we finish around 8 o'clock. We usually finish, normally do at 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock. We have other shows as well. And the evening stream. Something always happens after the stream. Always. But if it does, we're here tomorrow morning. And we'll give you the latest on it. So thank you everyone for watching tonight, guys. Make sure you do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Enjoy. One second. Someone's saying something's happened on Twitter now. I'm wrapping things up. What is going on, guys? Don't get me excited. Something happened on. Nothing's happened from my eyes seen. But yeah, guys, enjoy your night. Enjoy your night, and we will be back tomorrow morning for a Talking Reds. Make sure you do hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy your night, guys. Speak to you all tomorrow.